Hello and welcome to Beyond the Headlines, the show where we talk about matters pertaining to the things that you don't hear on mainstream channels. And as always, joining me on Beyond the Headlines is our senior correspondent, Vicky Nanjappa. Vicky, welcome to Beyond the Headlines once again.
Hi, Akash. Thank you.
So, Vicky, we are discussing extensively about Karnataka elections, and something very interesting happened yesterday that a former Congress member has actually joined the BJP, and none other than former Union Defence Minister A.K. Antony's son Anil Antony has joined the BJP yesterday, and many are viewing this thing as a trump card for the BJP as far as the Christian community concerned with Karnataka goes. So how do you view this move by BJP, the timing of Anil Antony joining the BJP just before the Karnataka elections?
Yeah, Akash, actually it sends out a louder message for the BJP. That is one thing, because the party has been accused of not being inclusive enough. That is one thing. Okay, so and also in terms of Christian votes in Kerala, that is one thing, as well as in coastal Karnataka, where the Christian are very, very dominant. That is one thing. It does send across a message which says that the party is inclusive, and that is one thing. It's yet to be seen how much he will do on the ground electorally, but there have been a lot of accusations against the BJP saying that they have not been inclusive enough. They are a pure Hindu party and things like that. So, in those respects, I think the messaging will go out for the party saying that they are in fact an inclusive party.
Correct. Just showing off that they are an inclusive party, Vicky, we understand that. But if we talk about, the state politics and over the years, what we have seen, especially in Karnataka, if we talk about what has happened just previous year, we have seen the anti-hijab, pro-hijab protest happening in Karnataka, especially in the Mangaluru region, and the protests going violent. And then these protesters, especially these 5 girls who were in the center of this whole controversy, first approaching the High Court and then going towards the Supreme Court. So a lot of questions are then raised that how can, people, especially the minorities there in Karnataka, can think of BJP as an all-inclusive party?
See, one thing is there, Akash. If I go back to the 2008 elections and I see the pattern in which the Mangalore constituency has voted, BJP in fact got a lot of Christian votes at that time. Okay, one thing. And then there were these that attack on that Milagros church and things like that, and the Christian community did not take it too well, and they completely reverse voted in the 2013 election. One thing. In fact, the BJP did not perform too well in the Mangalore constituency, usually where they usually do perform well. So, in fact, these are unverified reports, but there was a kind of a directive given to the Christians at that time, to come and vote against the BJP in 2013. That is one. Okay, so when I look at all those, developments that are taking place and things like that, the inclusion of Anil Antony, not just him, there's been Tom Badakan, there's been, Alphonse, all these, Christians that they're trying to get into the party is a very clear message across, And to answer your second question on the hijab row and things like that, if you look at it, BJP is, trying to garner a vote bank from all communities in Karnataka, because Karnataka votes very differently, Akash. One thing is that it's very much based on, caste and, those kind of equations. Not just now, it's, forever. That is one thing. So to answer that question, if I have to bring in, the award to Kadri, basically, that is one thing. It's also a very loud signal that, the BJP will acknowledge any talent or, any person irrespective of caste, creed and things like that. So it is basically, if you look at it, it is trying to, garner a pan-Karnataka vote, which currently only the Congress has got. So, these are developments that are shaping up and things like that. And let's not forget, Kerala has been a state that the BJP has been trying to, master and things like that. So these things matter. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell how far this approach would go and things like that, but definitely these are baby steps that the party is taking.
Correct. So you believe that all these things that the BJP is doing are a little bit of baby steps towards moving towards an inclusive inclusiveness of all the minorities and everybody in Karnataka. But yes, as we saw that one of the renowned Kannada artists, Syed Ahmed Kadri, who was conferred with Padma Shri, he also lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he openly said this thing that I believe that it would be under the UPA that I will receive some sort of an award, but never imagined that under BJP I will be conferred this kind of an award. And this now actually has sparked a lot of controversy in the political arena, with Congress now hitting back at the BJP, saying this thing that this is all eyewash, and this was done specifically by the BJP, and they tutored Kadri to say these kind of things to the Prime Minister.
कांग्रेस पीरियड में 5 साल तक अप्लाई करा, नहीं हुआ। उसके बाद में खामोश बैठ गया कि बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट है ये हमको नहीं देती। मगर आप मेरा ख्याल गलत साबित करके मेरे को चुने, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Do you think that somebody could be tutored about telling his or her heart to the Prime Minister just like that?
Yeah, no, I would actually go with his first statement where he said that, he was always waiting for this award. So that is one thing. I do not know what stopped the UPA from giving him that award at the end of it. Okay, now the thing is, it's obviously, there's going to be a lot of politics, considering that he is from the Muslim community and all that. That is one thing. I mean, there is no, it was politics on its expected lines, I would say. That is one thing. Giving him the award, I mean, I don't find it very surprising or something like that, because, if you notice one thing, the BJP's pattern of giving the Padma Awards has been very, very different. One thing. It's, recognizing people whom we have never heard of, and, that kind of things. That's the thing. A lady who has planted 1,000 trees, she has been given an award and things like that. I don't see too much of politics into this, Akash. That is one thing. I do not see too much of politics. It's, definitely, mudslinging between the two parties, which is taking back. But in this whole thing, what we need to see is that, the kind of thing is the BJP's outreach of, having both Muslims as well as, as well as Christians all into their fold. They realize that, to grow as a party, the thing is they need to take all these communities into their fold and things like that. And let me just, a little bit deep dive into Karnataka itself, in the sense is, it has always been more considered to be a very pro-Lingayat party. Now they're going, they're trying to explore the SC/ST votes, the Dalit votes, the reservation combination, trying to placate both the Vokaligas as well as the Lingayats and things like that. So this is part of a larger outreach, I would say, Akash. That's what I see in this.
Correct. And one more important thing that we also had a conversation yesterday about this thing, that we all are waiting for the BJP to come out with their first candidates list. And yesterday Surjewala, spokesperson of the Congress party, said this thing that why is BJP so afraid to release its candidature list? So how do you read this thing? Is BJP actually scared? Because I was reading down some of the comments that people have said, and they say like BJP is very smart. They will read and they will understand who to pitch from where, and then they will come out with their candidature list. But how do you view this thing, that now even Congress is even more want to learn that what and where is the BJP fielding its candidates from?
See, the thing is, it's actually quite surprising. BJP releasing its list, it's its own problem. You know what? At least, you know, with the people I have spoken to today very extensively since morning, I think they're going to have a list of 130, which is going to be released in this one, and maybe maximum by, you know, tomorrow or something like that. And about Surjewala's comments, I don't think, you know, it should be the problem for any political party when each one is going to release the list. Or I would like to ask the question is that, are they waiting for BJP to release the list so there are some disgruntled elements there that they can rope in, you know, in their final list at the end of it? Because that has been the gossip in Karnataka always, is that, you know, both JDS as well as Congress are, you know, desperately waiting for the BJP to release their list so that, you know, there are bound to be disgruntled elements, you know, 5 to 10% this one. I really don't think it is Surjewala's problem when the BJP is going to release its list. The thing is, what I've seen of the BJP is that, you know, even the last time I was saying, you know, why are all the reactions so late, basically one thing. I know that they're holding all cards close to their heart and, you know, they're just exploring everything that the other parties are doing, and so that, you know, they can come out with their final strategy. You know, as of now, the Prime Minister is going to begin his campaign this weekend. That is one thing is there. There's a lot that is dependent on his campaign. So that's the thing. I don't think the Congress should actually worry about the BJP's list, because I think it is going to come out by tomorrow.
True, true. Vicky, and one more thing, because like since then, you know, Kannada superstar Kicha Sudeep has came out that he wants to you know, campaign for the BJP in the upcoming elections. Now, yesterday there was this petition filed by one of the lawyers from Shivamonga who demanded Election Commission that all the films of Kicha Sudeep and any of the commercials or songs or you know, web series, if he's in part of, should be banned as the Model Code of Conduct is now in place. Do you view this? How do you view this? Do you think that, you know, the Election Commission will go through and they will ban each and everything that Kicha Sudeep has ever starred in, or is it just to get a little bit of you know, a limelight sort of a thing?
Okay, see, you know, technically, if you were to ask me in things like that, if you look into the Model Code of Conduct, that is one thing is that, you know, there cannot be any publicity material about anyone who has, you know, expressed his desire to, you know, either contest an election or, you know, campaign for any party and things like that. The same thing had happened, you know, even during one Tamil Nadu election where, you know, there was a ban that was sought on all MGR and Jayalalitha films. That is one thing. Okay, one thing. Technically, the lawyer is not wrong. That is one thing. But these things happen. That is one thing, you know, a lot of publicity material. But then again, I'll get into the technicalities, whether Sudeep is actually contesting the election or not. That is one thing. Okay, one. Lawyers tend to do a lot of things, you know. I mean, he is in the news. Okay, that is one thing. All right. I mean, honestly speaking, you know what? I had not heard of this until you told me. So he has become famous in another sense. That is one. So it's a very, you know, very tricky call, I would say, you know, between, you know, whether to allow his, you know, content to be streamed online or in theaters or something like that. But always remember one thing, Akash, if you look at it extremely ultra, you know, what is that, hyper-technically, Sudeep is not contesting the election, actually. Okay, he's not.
Correct.
Okay, he doesn't have a party membership as yet. That is one thing. He just expressed his support and things like that. So it's going to be a very tough call, you know, for either the Election Commission or the courts to take.
Exactly. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Vicky, for joining me on Beyond the Headlines, and thank you, viewers, for watching another edition of Beyond the Headlines. If you like this kind of a content, do like, share, and subscribe to Oneindia News. And we will be back very soon with much more content related to the Karnataka elections that are due next month. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Vicky, for joining me again.
Thank you, Akash. Always a pleasure. Thanks.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.